Tears of the Kingdom came out last year, so it was a surprise to know that we were getting another Zelda game in 2024. But it wasn't gonna be like we was expecting. It wasn't gonna be a follow-up to Tears of the Kingdom. It was actually Zelda's first foray into her own video game. And we don't count that Zelda won the Gamelon. No, we don't talk about that. But the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom released last week, and it's been a hit so far. Many people expected Zelda Echoes of Wisdom to be good, and it is good. It's very creative, and it's a different style of gameplay, but also it kind of returns to that form of Link's Awakening HD remake, whatever you want to call it. And while this game has been a bright spot and very fun for what it is, and different than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it makes you wonder, what's next? What's good, everybody? It's Blue Satire, and today this is a little discussion board. I just want to ask the question, as I just asked, what's next? What's next for the Zelda series? Now that we are closing in to the end of the Switch and the Switch 2 is on the horizon, whatever they're gonna call it, we've had 3 or 4 or 5 Zelda, we've had a couple of Zelda games on the Nintendo Switch. And there's always been this question of what's next for Zelda, especially with a lot of people feeling like they wanted different types of Zelda. They wanted to return to the new form of Zelda. What's next for Zelda? So first and foremost, please like and subscribe. We're a close to YouTube partner, and all I need is a watch time hour. So anytime you watch this video, comment, like, and it helps out, and it allows me to keep going forward and making content that y'all would like to see. And I like having these discussions with y'all about gaming in a positive light, because we know the gaming world can be a little annoying, but we also like to have discussions about games, and that's what we like to do here. So let's get right into it. So again, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom came out, and it's pretty much a hit. I love that we get to play as Zelda for the first time in her own game, her own adventure, and with the focus of her using her magic, because she is the user of the Triforce of Wisdom. Seeing her with her ride and everything, seeing her with her new friend as she tries to save Hyrule and save Link this time, it's been a cool journey. I think the gameplay is refreshing, but also it takes traditional Zelda in a sense. It takes that remake of Link's Awakening, and it takes the creativity of Tears of the Kingdom and kind of puts them in one. And we all know, if you played the game, that the bed is so OP in this game. But anyway, this game encourages you to break the game, like Tears of the Kingdom. And I think that that's a plus, but also it has those same feelings of traditional Zelda that people have been asking for, apparently. And that's one of those things that I've always wondered, what is next for Zelda and what do people really want? And me as a Zelda fan, I just want Zelda. I don't care what you do with it. I just want a good game that's fun, that's exciting. But there are things that it can improve on. There's things that a lot of people want to see in the future. So what side are you on? What side are you on when it comes to The Legend of Zelda? A lot of people loved Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but also I've been seeing that a lot of people have flipped since they've come out. A lot of people have said they couldn't get into Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom like they could the older Zeldas. And with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild kind of focusing on that open world exploration. A lot of people feel like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild deviated from the formula that they were used to. And you think of games like Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess. We remember those games that have, you go to the dungeon, you get an item, that's how you progress that dungeon. A lot of people miss that. The creator actually said that this was the original vision that they had for Zelda. If you think about it, the first Legend of Zelda was an open world game, just on the NES. And it was the first game that had a battery save, which is kind of dope. I think that they're not gonna abandon the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom open world-ish formula when it comes to Zelda. I think that that's something that's here to stay, because we have the technology to do what the original vision is, and a lot of people may not like that. And I understand, because there was something magical about playing Zelda and going to a dungeon that was unique and finding a new item, like, okay, how do I figure out this puzzle? Let me use the tool that I have, and then progressing to the next place, let me use the tool that I just got, but also I need a new tool now. Old school Zelda formula, I understand why people like that, and I do too. But I do believe in the future that that's what they're looking for, is that open world feeling, because they can do a lot more. They can do a lot more with Zelda, but they do need to tighten up a little bit. They need to figure out a way to try to incorporate those old styles with that open world feel to it. Maybe even some Metroidvania elements to it, where you have to backtrack even though it's still open world, but not as open. That's just me, that's just my opinion. I actually like the formula. I'm actually a fan of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom formula, but I'm also a fan of the old school dungeon setups of The Legend of Zelda. And I think that's where these side overhead games come into play here. You think about Link's Awakening remake, you think about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. They kind of have that formula, but also Echoes of Wisdom is a little bit more open, a little bit more of a fusion of both of those ideas. I think that that's where they find that traditional Zelda at. And they have already said that they want to keep creating these 2D projects, these overhead games. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. But I would like to keep seeing Zelda advance as a series. I love the open world, but I wouldn't mind them going back to that old formula in a way. But as a side thing, I think that this is a franchise that can be many different type of games if they please, and they will all be good. I think that's the beauty of the Legend of Zelda series, is that there's so many things, and we all know that timeline is it's a headache. But we really worry about the gameplay and the fun mechanics, the characters when it comes to Zelda. The next thing that really needs to happen is we need these Wind Waker and these Twilight Princess remasters, whatever you need to do, Ocarina of Time remake, whatever you need to do. I think Zelda is in a good spot. I just can't. I'm ready to see what's there for the future of Zelda and what we'll be getting as time goes on. As both of these types of Zeldas have shown to be a success. The top-down 3D remakes, the open world Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, they all have a certain charm with them, and I think they can coexist. But also, I think they can meld together to make something new. Only the future will tell. I think more spin-offs and more love to Zelda will be great. And if you like old Zelda, let me know in the comment section. If you like the old formula of Zelda, let me know. If you like the new formula of Zelda, let me know. One of those criticisms I always hear is that we want the old Zelda back is, I don't know if people remember how it was when Skyward Sword came out and people were asking for something new. They were saying that the formula was stale. And you know, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, it's only 2 games in a new formula compared to games like Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. All of those games came out and had a chance to grow stale, so that people say. But Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, it's only 2 games in this formula, so I don't see it going away soon. But I get what people are saying. But I think that that's one thing we gotta look at. But also, I think we just gotta be patient with it. I think it's still enjoyable. Are you a Zelda fan? Let me know in the comment section. If you only played Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, are you going back to play the old ones? How do you feel about those? And if you're an OG fan, how do you feel about the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom series, Echoes of Wisdom, all the new games? How do you feel about that? And what do you want in your Zelda games in the future? Let me know in the comment section. I just want to know y'all opinions. I appreciate y'all for watching, but if you want more talks like these, more discussions about video games, let me know what we can talk about in the comment section, because these are videos I like to do. These are conversations I like to have. And I think the future for Zelda can be bright. And I hope that they go in many directions, but also keep improving on the formulas that they do have and create some great gameplay, especially for this next Nintendo console that's coming out soon. But y'all have a great day. That's all for me. And again, like and subscribe. We almost there, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And bye.